My dudes, how are we doing on the last Monday of June out here?
Oh, snap. It is.
Ain't
4th
it
is next
crazy?
weekend.
We're flying through this
Time
summer.
flies, right? That's
Flying
what they
through it.
say.
That's true.
Mm.
All right, I got a question.
Okay.
So we're here on episode number 70. I want to know who, if anybody, in the league right now do you think has the potential to hit 70 home runs in a season next?
Ooh. Okay, are there caveats? Like, is it like their current health? So, like Giancarlo Stanton,
okay.
is it like,
Yeah.
are we just assuming he's healthy, or are we talking about based
Yes.
on everything
Oh,
they've
okay.
shown?
Yeah,
Okay.
just assume they're healthy. Healthy, talent-wise, whatever.
All right, well, that's my answer then, is Stanton.
You got
Okay.
G?
I might go Vlad Jr., man. I mean, at the rate he's progressing and how young he is still.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was thinking, and hear me out here, old polar bear, Petey Alonso.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was number 2 for me.
Yeah,
That's why I asked the clarifying question, because if you would have said Stanton can't be healthy, then Petey would have been mine.
right. So what, he put up 53 in his rookie year. If he could just keep that average up and keep crushing some more dingskis,
Yep.
I see old polar bear doing it one of these days.
Especially if we see a pitching regression here.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
which
true, especially
looks
with
like we
all this slickery business not being out there anymore. Boys.
Spoiler alert. We'll get into that shit for sure.
No
You know we
doubt.
will.
Alrighty, well, fuck it. Let's do it, huh?
Let's
Yeah.
roll.
You're listening to the Upper Decker Podcast.
Welcome back. It's episode 70 of the Upper Decker Podcast. I am your boy Ty,
I'm your boy Tone.
And I'm your boy Dan.
and the boys are back in town, baby. Okay, I got to do it. I got to get out of the way. We already talked about it. I'm sure Brady is on here watching at some point.
There it is. There it is.
But you know your boys got to let it hang after last week, baby.
Wow.
We got a lot of positive feedback on that one. I think.
Oh, man, I tell you what, I got 3 dates from it.
No, well, okay. What are their names? Steve, Joe, and John.
Don't worry about it. So before we get into number 70, I do want to talk about this real quick. The first annual Upper Decker Softball and Cornhole Tournament, August 28th. Just email us to sign up. You know what I mean? Get a team out here.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell yeah.
We're shooting for 8 to 10 teams for softball, unlimited for cornhole. We can just send it all dang day. So email us. We'll give you all the deets. We've got this here. The details are on all of our social media pages as well. So email us to get registered, and we will send you the link for that. Anything
Yes.
else you boys need to add to that, or did I do it all?
No, just do it, man. Just get signed up. If you're
Sign
close,
up.
if you have like 7 people, just sign up. You'll get the other few.
Yeah, just get a spot.
Mhm.
Alrighty, number 70 here. George Contos, boys.
I'm pretty sure I'm related to this guy.
You think so? Oh, the Greek in you, dog?
Dude, like every one of my family members is named George, and Contos. Yeah, I'm related to this guy for sure.
You have to be, right?
Yeah.
Well, call him up and ask what his special secret is, because he is the only player to wear number 70 for their entire career and finish with a positive WAR.
Oh,
Interesting.
Only player in history. There were other players who wore number 70 for like 1 year, 2 years, like those rookies coming up and stuff.
Sure.
sure.
He wore it for 8 years straight and finished with a 3.9 career WAR. What do you know about that?
That's wild. You know what's crazy? I remember this name, but I remember it from like 30 years ago, right? Like it doesn't dawn on me that it was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I just saw like 2018 on these notes here, and I'm like,
Right.
what?
Yeah, so he actually has 2 World Series rings with the Giants. He won in
nice.
2012 and 2014 with them.
What
Nice.
did you already say? I'm sorry. What position?
He was a
did
relief
play?
pitcher,
Okay.
I would have guessed catcher. Maybe I'm thinking of like George Coteras.
maybe. He's a lefty. You guys don't remember him? Like at all?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, I should
Like,
have given you a
legit,
little
don't
more
remember,
background. He didn't have like a great career, but he was drafted by the Yankees, played with like the Indians, played majority of his time with the Giants, and obviously that's where he saw the most success. But it's kind of weird. I was looking through, and he's one of those like veteran guys that kept trying to bounce around for a little bit. 2018, he played for 3 separate teams over a span of 28 games.
Ooh.
So not great. Not a great move for old Contos.
Lefty specialist that couldn't get lefties. That is what it sounds like.
Basically,
Sounds like what the Cardinals just did with Wade LeBlanc.
LeBlanc.
Or old Randy Choke.
No, say the other one. I really like its real last name.
Randy Chode.
Yeah.
Choked.
So in 2018, he played 21 games with Pittsburgh, 6 with Cleveland, and 1 with New York. They were like, whatever, come pitch an inning for us and call it quits. But this is how 14 months between 2017 and 2018 went for Mr. Contos. August 5th, 2017, he was selected off waivers by the Pirates. Yikes, from the Giants. He was released by the Pirates in May 28th of 2018. He signed as a free agent with the Indians on June 3rd. He was purchased by the Yankees on August 4th and then granted free agency on October 5th.
Oof.
So old boy just couldn't grab on. He signed, like 1-year deals, like minor league deals with the Cubs and the Nationals, I believe, in 19 and 20, but nothing came of it. But that is all I have on George Contos because there really isn't much else, boys.
Okay.
Sounds like my family, man. Just a bunch of losers.
Oh,
Just kidding.
whoa.
Dang.
Your mother is a sweet lady. You take that back right now.
She is a sweet lady.
I love you, Mama T.
I was just giving you a second to continue to make up for that terrible.
No, it was a joke.
It was so bad. I got to stand up for Mama T.
It wasn't against my mother.
She's your
my whole
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal, dude. Unreal. Hey, you got birthdays for me?
I got some birthdays. We are going to start out with Ty's boy. Oh, my God. Yordan Alvarez is 24 this week. He kind of smashed his way into the big leagues in 2019, and he has not really stopped. Oops, sorry guys. And
really good today.
I know. My video's not playing. What's up with that?
I don't know, man. Probably something with MLB being dumb.
Probably. He came up on June 9th in 2019. He won Rookie of the Month in June, July, and August.
Wow.
Eventually leading to him winning Rookie of the Year. Kind of makes sense, right?
Sure.
The voting wasn't even close. He received 100% of the first place votes. Beat out John Means, Brandon Lau, Loy Jimenez, Craig Biggio, and Vlad Jr. Some big names.
Craig Biggio came back?
Oh, Kevin.
Sleepy Tone is
Sleepy Tone. He actually broke Albert Pujols' record of the most RBIs in the first 30 games. He had 35 RBIs.
Okay.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, next up, it's your boy. Oh, there my video's going to play now.
That's your leading.
Jimmy Ballgame. Jim Edmonds played for he played for so many teams I forget about because he was pretty much just with the Angels and the Cardinals, but he did pretty much play for every NL Central team. Definitely one of the most exciting players I've been able to watch in person, especially defensively. He is an 8-time Gold Glover, 4 All-Star appearances, and a Silver Slugger. His best season was in 2004 when the Cardinals had the MV3 of Pujols, Roland, and Edmonds.
That was a fun team, dude.
Dude, that was fun. Like, it's a shame that I'm just upset that the World Series went as poorly as it did. Like, not even that we lost. You know what I mean?
I mean, it went pretty good for the side that I was cheering for. But
well, sure.
It was by far the best Cardinals team to never win a World Series, and that's got to be one of the better National League teams to not win a World Series.
Yeah, I think it was the best Cardinals team in my lifetime, regardless of a World Series win, you know?
Sure.
Those 3, Pujols, Roland, Edmonds, they combined that year for 122 home runs, 358 RBIs,
Oh, God.
and a 24.9 WAR.
That's pretty pretty good.
Oh my god, man! Just those 3 players. He finished 5th in NL MVP voting that year, in addition to his Gold Glove and Silver Slugger. His 2004 stat line came out to 301, 418 on base, 643 slug. He had 102 runs scored, 42 bombs, 111 RBIs, 101 walks. Pretty freaking incredible.
It's a hell of a year there, Jimmy Ballgame.
Yeah. Definitely shouldn't have been a one and done on the Hall of Fame votes. That's for damn sure.
I do agree. That's very sad, actually. But
yeah,
our good friend of the show, Mark Goon, would not agree. He's glad that he is off.
Sure. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I did forget about that too.
All right, boys. Last birthday and your Tony Tones dope name of the day. It's Yo-Yo Davalillo.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo Davalillo is good.
This Venezuelan shortstop would be 93 years old today.
Ooh, not too bad.
He played in just 19 games for the Washington Senators in 1953. His full name, Pompeo Antonio Davalillo Romero.
That's, dude.
Better
yes.
than his nickname? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pompeo.
Oh my God.
Pompeo. That's what they call it. Well, every one of his 4 names ended in yo. So Pompeo Antonio
Davalillo Romero.
Romerio. Yeah, there you go.
It's me, Romerio.
So he
Stupid.
he is known to be one of the shortest players in MLB history, standing at 5'3" and weighing just 140 pounds. For reference, Jose Altuve is listed at 5'6", 166. So Altuve had 3 inches on this guy.
How far do you think I could throw this man?
If you grabbed him by his legs and spun him around, and,
give me 2 swings. How far you think I'm sending him?
At least 9 feet.
I was thinking about 10. Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. So Stubby Magner.
Sick.
Oh, that's what she said.
Magner, I barely know her, dude.
Hey, there we go. He was also listed at 5'3". So they're actually tied for the second shortest in history. Mm-hmm. And I know you guys got notes in front of you, but did you already know who the shortest in history was?
Yeah, dog, I did.
Mr.
Eddie Gaedel. 3 feet 7 inches. Made the single appearance. Got some high quality footage there for you.
Wowzers.
He walked on 4 straight pitches before being replaced by a pinch runner, and he wore 1/8 on his jersey.
Yep.
Do you know whose uniform that was, Tony Tone?
St. Louis Browns, I believe.
No, but do you know who the person was that they got the uniform for?
No, I do not.
It's Bill DeWitt Sr. He was a bat boy for the Browns, or whatever he is. I guess the owner of the Cardinals.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was his jersey.
I thought you were making a joke.
No, for real. He was the bat boy for the Browns, and they had to use his jersey. They gave it to Eddie so he could wear it in the actual game. It's in the Cardinals Museum.
I knew it was in the Cardinals Museum. Okay, had no idea. That's really cool.
That's why, because the owner of the team had it. So he's like, "Here you go."
Yeah.
Oh, dang, dude.
You're welcome, boys. You're welcome.
The more you know. The more you know. All right, boys. That is your birthdays. Tony Tone's dope name.
Dude,
like that?
None of them are excited about it at all.
I don't know.
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo's kind of fucking jazzing, dude. Yeah.
Like, hey, this Modelo is pretty good. I like it.
Jimmy Ballgame always pissed.
Yeah.
Jordan just looks fucking baked. Yeah, put the tail on Todd.
He does look baked for sure.
All right, boys. So before we move on here, then, let's talk about this a little bit, huh? Head on over to anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod/support to become a monthly contributor for the Upper Decker podcast. You can donate $1, $5, $10 a month, whatever you so choose, and that will help us, put together a better show, Buy me more T-shirts to fuck up.
Buy dog food for Tone's dog.
Buy dog food for Tone's dog. Little
I'm
Frankie,
telling you, man.
Frankie back there. Yeah, it just helps the show, improve. We keep trying to improve it every day. We got the new website coming out. That is a subscription alone. We got to pay for the name. So shit, help us, please. Thank you. I love you.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's go to Wheelhouse. Let's talk about some things before we get on to our June review.
Let's do it.
So, right off the rip, we got who's hot. Cubs pitchers, boys, kind of hot. Kind of hot. Zach Davies, Ryan Tepera, Andrew Chafin. I've never known how to say his name.
I think you're right.
And Craig Kimbrell combined to throw the 7th official no-hitter of the season. Eat my ass, mad bum. And allegedly, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it was pretty funny if it's true. None of the relievers knew what was going on. They were just out there pitching, and they were like, "Oh shit, that's a no-hitter."
If you watch Kimbrel's reaction on the celebration, I 100% believe that.
Really?
I don't know about the other two, but Kimbrel was just like, "Yeah, we won," and Contreras is coming out there, and then you can all of a sudden see, like, as people start celebrating, and you could tell someone told him, and he was like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah, you can literally read his lips. He's like, "No way!" Like, what? Like, he's hype, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if he didn't know. It's very, very capable that the other ones didn't know either. I think that's hilarious. There's a lot of times that, like, those guys, don't pay that close of attention,
Sure.
And especially if it is a no-hitter, nobody's going to talk about it. So if they come into the game from the bullpen, you've got everybody in the dugout. They're out in the bullpen. They just come in, throw their inning, and they're done.
Well, think about where the scoreboard's at, too. It's above the bullpen. So it's not like they can look at the scoreboard to see that there's no hits either.
Right.
So unless they're paying attention, which, I mean, come on, bullpen guys are weird. So they're out there fucking off
That's
for
true.
the first 6 innings.
Truth. Tone, tell me about Kyle Schwarber a little bit, bro.
He's still going off, man.
Yeah, dude.
He's hitting a lot of ding dongs. 9 in the last 9 days, including did we talk about this already? The 5 and 13 innings against the Mets?
Yeah, we did a little bit because it tied a record, I think, or something last week. But yeah, it was last Sunday that he did that.
Yeah.
But kept hitting even after we talked last Monday.
Right.
Crazy, man.
9 in 9 days sounds pretty efficient, my dudes. Tell you what.
Right? That's a good way to hit 162 home runs right there.
Right. And you guys remember when we all gave up on him in fantasy and dropped him and we don't have him anymore?
Yeah, he got picked up. I went and looked for him a week ago.
Yeah, I was like, nah, dude, he ain't going to do it. Now here we go.
Yeah.
Super sick.
I didn't give up on my starting pitchers for the Giants, though. And I'm really glad about that because they are rocking right now.
Oh, yeah.
They were the first team to get to 50 wins in the MLB, just like we all predicted.
Yeah,
they're still sitting atop the NL West, like we all predicted.
Mm-hmm.
They're just on a roll, man. They won't stop winning. Like, they're not doing any, like, one thing incredible. I mean, their starting pitching is, top 5, which is pretty outstanding, but they're just literally doing everything. Like, they've got Buster Posey's had a resurgent year, and Brandon Belt's had a really good year.
Mm-hmm. Crawford going the fuck off.
Oh my God, Brandon Crawford. I was talking to Dakota about this a couple weeks ago. Most of his stuff is on career norms. Like, his average, his on base are career norms. He's just slugging the shit out of the ball this year. And he's already got more home runs than he did the 2019, or at least as many.
Right. He's looking so handsome doing it. I'll tell you
that
what.
Flow, bro. It's not quite as good as yours, but it's there.
Thanks, baby boy. If I took care of it, put a little product in it, maybe got a little perm, I might get up to that B crawl level, dogs.
If you get a perm, you would look more like Hunter Pence and less like Brandon Crawford.
Shit. All right. Well, I'm gonna stay where I'm at then.
I vote perm for sure.
Get the old oh God, what's his name? Why can't I think of it? Danny McBride.
No, not Danny McBride. Danny. Was that Danny McBride?
Danny McBride's the actor. Who does he play?
Yeah, from Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, who does he play? What is that guy's name?
Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers. Thank you. God, Tone is the winner on that one. Jesus. we're going to go ahead and talk about who's not now because I want to do it, boys.
Just do it.
Cardinals still, boys, not looking too hot out there. They are 2-8 in their last 10, including a 2-game sweep by Detroit, and going 1-3 against Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
How you guys feel about that?
Not good.
Yeah, how could you, bro? They're terrible.
Equally as far away from first place in the Central as they are from last place in the Central.
Yeah.
The good news is they're probably going to pull some magic here, and they're going to be like, oh, we've got like 3 virgins that we just found. We're going to sacrifice them, and Paul Goldschmidt's going to hit like 30 dingers, and then DeYoung's going to come up and crush like 20. Starting pit like Carlos Martinez is going to have the greatest second half of all time. Something insane.
That's literally not ever going to happen. Yeah. But did you see Paul DeYoung's porn stash?
I have not seen it yet.
It looks really good.
Looking pretty good?
Yeah. It's frustrating with the Cardinals right now because I think going into the season, we knew they didn't have enough pitching to be elite, at least. And then, the few pitchers we had all went down. But the offense is just frustrating because you look at that lineup, and Ty, you'll even admit, like, you look at that lineup, like it's a pretty good lineup. It's not the best in baseball by any means, but I mean,
Dodgers or Padres or even Braves, but it's still good enough to compete in the freaking NL Central.
Going from the top, Tommy Edman, Dylan Carlson, Goldschmidt and Arenado, like, I mean, that's a great top 4. You have Tyler O'Neill, who was crushing the ball this season, and then a contact hitter like Yachty, in the 6th spot. That's a great top 2/3 of the lineup. Yeah. It's just frustrating they're not doing anything right now. They're not hitting at all. Yeah.
We even said in the offseason that Paul DeYoung isn't a number 3 type guy. He fits better as a number 7 type hitter, and that's where he's been, but nobody in front of him is hitting. So he's still getting the same bullshit pitches that he was at the top of the lineup. So
it's time for some big changes. I think Jeff Albert's got to go. Yeah, I think we need some shake him up,
Yeah, he'll be the first casualty, I think, and then hopefully we've got some player personnel changes coming in as well. I mean, hey, Jake Woodford's down and Roel Ramirez is back, so we got that going for us. But yeah, we need something bigger than Wade LeBlanc.
You guys are saying things, and I don't even know the names of these fucking dudes. Literally
exactly.
No idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the problem.
But whatever. Also, who's not hot? MLB as a whole, just looking fucking foolish out here with the sticky situations.
It's disgusting. They're literally okay. So we shared this on Twitter. They literally checked a fucking knuckleballer for substances.
Right.
A knuckleballer. The whole point of the sticky substance is to get better grip so you can increase your spin rate. A knuckleball doesn't spin, Rob Manfred.
Right.
Why? Why would you do it?
Right. I get it. Like, if you let one slide, where do you draw the fucking line? I get it.
At a knuckleballer. That's where you draw the line.
I mean, he still throws pitches that aren't knuckleballs, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I hate this.
They got to check everyone. I get that.
I hate this as much as, you guys do, but you've got to check everybody. If you're going to check, you have to check everybody. You can't just let it slide. It's just really funny when they do dumb shit like that. Like, fucking morons.
I think the most frustrating part, though, is I'm sure you guys watched the Nationals Phillies, the whole Joe Girardi, Max Scherzer thing where Girardi asked him to check him 3 times. Like, that's ridiculous.
Nothing but sweat, bro. Nothing but sweat.
Right. That by the last one, Scherzer literally took his belt off and is like letting his fucking pants fall down. Like, what? What do you want?
And then you had Sergio. Did you see Sergio Romo out there?
Did the same thing. He literally took his pants down.
Took his pants off.
He was about to completely drop him, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Right. He threw his hat and glove on the ground, undid his belt, undid his pants, and just walked away. He didn't even stay to stick around to see what the umpire was saying. He's like, man, fuck this. Like, it sucks. It's so stupid.
Yeah. It's just another black eye for Rob Manfred's MLB right now, which is, cool because, maybe that's another reason to get rid of him, but the owners are never going to get rid of him. So it just sucks for fans and players.
So do you guys think that this should be treated almost as like a challenge? So if the opposing team is like, hey, check him for substances, and it comes up with nothing.
Yeah, you lose your challenge.
Yeah, you can't check him again the rest of the game. Like, I know umpires, it can go at their discretion, but, the opposing manager should not be able to be like, hey, go check that boy again. Because it just looks terrible, like we're talking about. Like, Mad Max been one of the best pitchers in the game for the last decade.
Right.
And you've got him out there stripping on the field fucking 3-4 times.
It's embarrassing, to be honest. Like, it's really
is
so, like, childish, you know?
Right. It just doesn't look good. And they always do this shit like in the middle of the season with no planning, nothing ahead of time. It's just like, hey, this is what we're doing. Start it Monday. Like, what?
Yeah, it was very fly by the seat of their pants, which this isn't something that can be operated that way. You know, like it needs to be something that's implemented in the off season. There's actual like thought that goes into it. There's rules, there's consequences, because there's no reason that a coach should be, you know, an opposing manager shouldn't be able to challenge that a pitcher has substances, especially after they've already checked them once, you know, not even mentioning the fact they've checked them twice. Now we got to check them a third time because the opposing manager is asking for it. Like there's got to be repercussions for that. So there's got to be like, you lose your challenge, or there's a fine, or eject the manager, or I don't care what it is, but you have to have something.
I don't even get why the umpire, like, you shouldn't need to though. Like, you know what I mean? Like the umpires should be able to do their jobs, right? And then if a manager is like, hey, you really need to go out there and look, like he's definitely using something, you go out and check one time,
right?
Well, they're supposed to be checking after every inning, so why do you need to check during the inning?
And if there's nothing. And then the next time Girardi says, hey, you need to check him again. Like, no, man, I already checked him. He's fine. Like, sit the hell down and shut up or you're going to get ejected, you know?
Right.
So
check them before they go to the mound to start the inning, and then you don't need to check them again until, you know, every time they go to the mound before. If that's what you want to do it, then do it like that, but then eliminate the coaches being able to challenge it. It's fucking stupid, and it looks childish.
Right. It's pretty dumb the way they're doing it now anyways, because they're not checking them until after they come off the mound.
Right.
So you're going out there, you're pitching an inning, and then you come off like you did your job. Like, who cares? Right. You know, at that point, if you're like a reliever who's only coming in for one inning, you come in from the bullpen, you throw
like
your
the guy that got ejected yesterday.
Yeah, I was just going to say Hector Santiago, for the Mariners. So, yeah.
And then go get your 10-day paid vacation.
Right. Dude, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. Check them when they come to the mound. Yeah,
that's what I said. It doesn't make any sense to do it after. Do it before they go to the mound. Because you can control what's on the mound. There's only a rosin bag.
If you do it after, you can punish the player, but you can't reverse what was done on the field.
Exactly. So if they got all 3 outs right off the bat on some nasty off-speed shit, you know, if they would have checked that before and he was dirty, they'd have to bring another pitcher in and go from there. Like, just fucking think.
This is why you can't do this shit in the middle of the season. You have to do it in the off season, so you can have these conversations.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. All right, let's move on because we're gonna beat a dead horse for the rest of the season on this. I think.
Agreed.
We got some big name injuries here, boys, and I'm not too hype about it.
Cruise through these.
I'm gonna do that. So, Mike Soroka re-tore his Achilles. Fucking great, love that. Apparently, he was just walking to the clubhouse and kind of stepped weird and pop, dunsies, done for. That's it. So he's out the rest of this season. Probably going to miss a good chunk of next season again as well. And you just hate to see that for, you know, a young pitcher of his caliber. Like, especially around a Braves team that's built around their young core. You miss a year and a half, almost 2 years of this guy.
Sucks.
What do you even fucking do from there? We got Mark Cano went down again, 10-day IL with a hip strain. Kettle Marte, he's down again, hamstring. They just put him on the IL today. My fantasy team decided to give me that notification right before we came on, so love that. Jose Abreu got hit by pitch on the knee. He's day-to-day. Same thing with Bryce. Bryce got hit on the lower leg, so they're kind of watching that and monitoring a little bit. Jesse Winker out here just
I barely know her.
Just out here slapping ding-dongs and... You know, he had a hip contusion after a diving play. Hey, bro, don't be diving right now. You're crushing the ball.
Right.
Don't leave your feet, homie.
Yeah.
And then Brandon Belt, you know, you talked about him a little bit, Dan. So it kind of sucks for the Giants to lose him right now. But he went to the 10-day IL with right knee inflammation.
Hey, does that mean I get my call up?
It is your time to shine, Hot Tone. Head on out to the Bay Area. Grip it and rip it. Take a couple Oppo Droppos out into the drink out there, dude.
If you're just tuning in here, what was it, a couple weeks ago we did who would you like to replace in an
Oh,
MLB lineup.
yeah.
And I said Brandon Belt.
Yep.
There you go. Okay,
That
you're
was
ready.
A question
You're
from
up.
dear friend and listener Danny Lutz over the Chumps to Champs podcast. The last injury I want to talk about, boys, kind of fucking nasty. Well, let me start here. Josh Naylor.
Naylor, I barely know her.
Thank you. He broke the fuck out of his leg, boys. Like, oh, so bad. I texted you guys when I saw it, and I was like, dude, Naylor just snapped his shit in half.
Yeah.
That was brutal. So he had a collision with the second baseman, and of course, I'm lazy. I just watched the highlights. I didn't see who was playing second, but there was a short pop-up, little Texas leaguer collided, and the collision was bad enough, but then Naylor landed very weird, and his leg rolled underneath him. Snap, dunzos. Fucking, he's crawling, screaming around on the ground, calling for the medical trainers. Everybody else is like, holy shit, his foot is backwards right now. Not a great scene.
No.
Do you guys want to watch it?
Do you have it?
I do. I have it ready to roll.
Let's see if you can do it, dude. Fuck it. Why
All
not?
right.
Live reaction. Let's do it.
All right. I haven't watched it yet.
I
So-
haven't either.
You haven't watched it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, boys.
I get scared to watch stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I get kind of grossed out, but let's see.
It's not like gruesome, but you definitely see some flippy floppy action.
All right, here we go.
Little check swinger. Naylor says, bink. Crack.
Oh.
Hang on. I gotta rewind it a little bit because it skipped. All right, let's try this again. Oh,
Crack.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's like
just flopping, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, and fucking Polanco's like, yo.
It's like that.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not good, fam. Not good.
Ooh, yeah, that's real broke. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta get this off my screen because that's
Yep, not good, fellas. Not looking good out
That's
here.
why I don't watch that shit, man. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch Scarred and shit when I was a kid, so that don't do nothing to me. I don't give a shit. But yeah, so that sucks. Best of wishes to all of those injured, especially Naylor, dude. For real.
right.
God bless
Damn,
him.
dude. Can we talk about some cool stuff? Just
Let's
like
talk about
some
some
cool
cool stuff.
shit.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
Give me some cool stuff.
I got one.
All right.
Do it.
Vlad Jr., my dude,
Your guy.
my guy. He hit home run number 50 of his career. It took 258 games. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
When did Vlad Sr. hit number 50? You guessed it. 258 games.
Coolest shit of all time.
That is pretty fucking cool. You know what's also really cool? Jacob deGrom's ERA is 69.
Fucking nice, dude. Yes, my favorite number, dudes.
Yes. Cool shit. Keep it going.
Cool shit, keep it going. Trey Mancini gonna do the home run derby out in Coors, boys.
That's it. We need to cut the show right there because that's it.
Right.
That's the coolest that we're gonna be able to get.
So made his return 1 year after battling colon cancer, and here we are joining the home run derby. Who else is doing it? Pete,
Trevor Story.
Shohei, Trevor Story.
Yeah, I knew
Mancini.
Shohei.
Those
and
four, I think, are the
Mancini.
only official ones right
I think
now.
so too. Yeah.
Story just became official today.
Right.
Okay.
So good
And
on that.
Shohei is going to be the first Japanese-born player to compete in the home run derby.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So that's another cool fact.
Probably the first Japanese pitcher then in that case too, right?
Well, definitely.
Probably-
He's a Japanese
Probably
player,
the first pitcher.
Aaron Nola actually tied a record that was previously held by Tom Seaver. So anytime you can do anything that Tom Seaver did, that's always awesome.
Mhm.
He struck out.
Seaver, I barely know her.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
Yeah, okay,
that. Yeah.
okay, I'll give it
Yeah.
to you. He struck out 10 batters in a row.
That's
10
a
in
lot
a
of
row.
batters in a row, man.
He struck out 10
That's a lot of-
nets.
It's a lot of batters, period. Let's be
Dude,
honest.
striking out
Right.
10 in a game is awesome. But yeah, 10 in a row. So 3 1/3 up, down strikeouts. That's pretty
That's-
awesome.
I wonder if the
Insane.
Cardinals have had a single player strike out 10 opponents in a game this year.
Wayno 2 starts ago would have been the only one potentially, but I can find that out for you really quickly.
Just a double digi stat game.
Mhm.
Here we go. I'm also going to talk about my boy, and I told you guys, it's got the dopest flipped name I've ever heard in my life. You know how I like to do that.
Say it.
Do it.
Franderwanko, dudes. Franderwanko had a great first game. Kind of fizzled off over the last week. However, he went 2 for 4 with a dinger, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs in his debut against Boston. And he tied the game at 5 in the 5th inning while wearing number 5. I thought that was kind of tight for some reason.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
So, old Wander Franco out here just getting it done right off the rip, dude. Clutch as fuck in the 5th inning.
Completely good with that. Sorry, I'm looking up Wayno's shit here.
Yeah, dude, how's it going over there? Are you getting it? Do you need help? What do you got?
I'm not yet, but I will be. So you just hold your horses right there, sweetheart.
Okay.
And I'll get you.
Tone, is there anything else that we need to talk about that's cool, or should we start going into the June review? I've got a sneeze. I've been fighting back for like 30 seconds, boys.
My shit's not
Dude,
ready.
let her rip, man.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
I talked about it. Now it's gone.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Tone, lead us into the June review, and I'm going to try to get the sneeze out.
All right. So, and by the way, Dan, I looked up, and Jack Flaherty does not have a 10 strikeout game this year. So,
Okay.
Wayno's our only option, okay?
Well, shit. Hopefully it was him.
All right. So, these are your current standings. This is our pull it up, baby. Just pull
Sorry,
it.
dude,
There
I'm
we
trying
go.
to sneeze, boys.
I'm not gonna lie. I know I made it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That's a sexy graphic.
Oh,
That is a
it's
sexy graphic.
good. So good.
So yeah, this is our June review here. We're not here just to tell you the standings. You can look that up, but we want to kind of break it down for you a little bit.
Really quickly, Wayno
yes.
had 11 against the Braves.
That's right. Crap.
Okay, we're good.
Neat.
All right. Neat. All right. And Aaron Nola did it in consecutive.
Yeah, and
fashion.
10 batters.
Awesome. Cool. So this is where we're at standing wise. You can see the pace that each team is on as far as win total, projected win total. And then we use Fangraphs to we use their playoff odds. And those are finally starting to change a little bit. They're giving more credit to the surprising teams that are on top, like the Giants.
Yep.
I think last time we checked in, they still had the Giants, even though they were winning the division, they had like a 40% chance of making the playoffs or something.
Right.
So it's cool. The further we get in the season, some of these teams are looking for real. The Red Sox being up there as well, and the Yankees dropping down to a 46% chance of making the playoffs. That's crazy, man.
Daddy likey.
That's crazy. I'm indifferent, to be honest, but it's cool to see a little shake up there. You know what I mean? And, I think another thing, last time we checked in, the Minnesota Twins still had a decent shot at making the playoffs, according to Fangraphs.
Yeah, not so much.
They're counting them out now, man. Like there's no shot they're making the playoffs. 2.2%.
Yeah.
So we're getting a little bit. I mean, I know it's it's the end of June, about the halfway point or so, but like we're starting to get a little bit more of an idea of maybe the playoff picture, barring any like crazy runs or crazy flops by any team.
Right.
Sure.
But what do you guys think? Like when you look at where everyone's at right now, what sticks out to you that's either really surprising, or what's a team that you're like, yeah, I called that shit?
I've got 2 things. First off, Miami's projected to win 69 games. Fucking nice. And there's only 2 teams projected to win 100 games. And it's the Astros at exactly 100 and the Giants at 105. Are there any other teams out here that you guys think still have the capability of getting 100? And do you think either of those 2 finish with 100?
I'll go first and say I think there's several teams that have the capability of getting to 100 wins.
Sure.
I'm still not convinced that the Giants have a better chance than the Dodgers or Padres.
Right.
I just say the Dodgers and Padres are deeper teams, and there's going to be those inevitable injuries in the dog days of, July and August. That's to answer your question. I think Houston does have a chance at 100 wins. If one of the 2 didn't get to 100, I'd say it'd be San Francisco. But I would look out for the Dodgers, the Padres, the White Sox,
The Red Sox.
Maybe the Red Sox. They continue to surprise me. I kind of put them kind of in that San Francisco Giants boat. Like I'm kind of still waiting for a regression. I'm not saying they won't. They could still win the division for sure, but I still think they're going to fall off a little bit at some point. But
I would stick in that division and say the Rays, I would say, probably have a better chance to get to 100 wins over the Red Sox. But I mean, the way the Red Sox are playing, like, I obviously wouldn't be surprised if they hit 98.
Right.
Nobody in the Central, nobody in the East for sure.
Yeah.
NL side anyway.
Fucking National League kind of sucks, boys, huh?
Other than Giants, Dodgers, and Padres.
Yeah, it's all heavy in the West, man.
And then the Brewers and the Mets starting rotations.
So I did want to point out also, we did our standing predictions at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them. Yep.
So as of now, we counted the correct positions. Basically, like if we predicted a certain team would finish in second place, they're in second place now. You get a point. If they're not, you don't. So Ty is leading the pack with 10 correct positions.
I'll take 33% any day of the week, boys. Tell you
Sure.
what.
Sure.
Myself, 7 correct positions. And Dan's bringing out the rear on this one with 4.
That's all right.
Dan, you suck.
Late surge is here, boys. Late surge.
Loser.
But, there's so much back and forth. There's so many teams that are so close that, like, a week from now, those numbers could look totally different. We also counted who had, how do I say this? We projected the number of wins for each team. And based on their win pace now, we counted who's within plus or minus 3 wins of the projected total.
Correct.
And Ty is leading that as well he's tied with 6.
But he has 2 perfect.
He has 2 perfect. He predicted
Pittsburgh to get 60 and Toronto to get 85. And we are right on track, baby boy.
Yes. And Dan had 6 plus or minus 3 as well. And I had just 3, one of them being perfect. I had the Mets at 89 wins. So, but I did not have them winning the division with 89 wins. So,
I think what's most, I'm just going to take my little victory lap here at the end of June.
Go ahead.
I think the thing that's best about what, I've done so far with the 10 correct positions, only 4 of them are the last place teams. So there's that. I got 6 of them correct throughout the rest of the rankings.
That's
Obviously,
true.
Orioles, Marlins, Pirates, duh. I said the Diamondbacks would be at the end. You fucking idiots said it would be the Rockies, but you guys are dumb, just so stupid.
God damn it, I hate you so much.
I don't even have anything to say to that. You're just an idiot.
I love it. And I love you. And I can't wait for this to I've never wanted the season to end sooner. Like, I just want it to be done because I want to win.
Okay. Let's do just a real quick look at each division though. AL West, what's surprising? Well, I know what's surprising you two, and myself. The Angels being worse than we thought. I know you guys had them quite a bit higher than I did.
I said they were going to win the division.
You did,
right.
Okay. I don't know if any of us had Houston winning the division. I think I had the A's.
I know I had the A's as well.
Yeah, both of you had the A's and I had the Angels, and y'all thought I was stupid, and quite frankly so.
And then Seattle's out there being pretty impressive, I mean,
I really like that Mariners team, though, boys. I really do. Like, give them 3-4 years.
Yeah.
I bet they're pretty solid. They might break their little playoff drought. I don't know, though. We'll see.
Yeah.
Probably not this year, but
no, definitely not this year.
Yeah, it's coming up soon for sure.
Let's stay in the AL here and go to the AL Central. White Sox just killing it out there. They're doing really, really well. Indians are surprising. They're really holding their own. And they don't, they don't have Frankie Lindor.
Right.
They don't have Bieber. They
don't have Bieber right now. They've pretty much lost most of their rotation. I mean,
Plesac's been in and out all year.
Plesac's been out, and they
even when
originally
he's in, even when Plesac's in, he's not good right now.
Right, and they were originally counting on McKenzie to be a part of the rotation, and he's been in the minors, not doing shit. We'll touch on that later. But they're really holding their own. I don't think they can finish higher than the White Sox, but we'll see. And the rest of the AL Central has been pretty much dog shit.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. I mean, I like watching the Royals play. I
do too.
I still think they've got a good team, but obviously not enough for playoff contention or anything along those lines. But fun team to watch, and they're always one of those teams I think that are going to end up sneaking in somewhere. Sure. So we'll see. Over the next couple of years with them.
Well, I mean, we all said it earlier. When we were doing the AL Central predictions, is that the Royals would be a team that could potentially fuck shit up, right?
Right.
So, and that's what they're doing right now.
I like the Royals. I give them a couple years here.
I'm going to stay in the AL Central real quick, boys.
What happened?
I should never check my fantasy in the middle of the episodes because the boy has Matt Manning going for Detroit against Cleveland. So stay on that track.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland's put up 5 in the first 3 innings, so not looking too hot there.
Okay.
But, whatever. It's fucking Detroit, fucking Cleveland. It is what it is.
True.
AL East, boys, talk to me about the Red Sox. I do want to hear you guys talk good about them a little more. Because I know it makes you squirm inside. What do you like?
It doesn't really. I actually like the Red Sox, to be honest with you. I just like to give you shit more.
Sure.
But no, I didn't think they were going to be in first place, projected to win 98 games come the end of June. They're really impressive. I didn't think they had the pitching to get it done.
I didn't either, but
especially with Sale being gone. Yeah,
they're fucking doing the dang thing though.
I mean,
and then you've got Devers having a career season, Bogarts MVP type season, even old boy Bobby Dahlbeck not doing so hot right now, but the rest of the team is still fucking carrying. It's crazy.
Yeah, JD Martinez is back.
Say, your boy who said he would be on the bounce back this year is absolutely on the bounce back this year.
Right.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kike's kind of going off. He's got 2 games consecutive home runs. Just checked that on fantasy. So my boys out here getting it done, dude. I love that team. That's all I had to say. I just had to hear you guys talk about it.
Okay, that's fair.
So we talked a little bit about the NL West as well. Is there anything in there we want to hit on anymore? I mean, the teams are just fucking crazy. Those top 3 are top 5 in the power rankings I saw today. So 5 is the Padres, Dodgers are 3rd, and the Giants, shocking, 1. So that's a hell of a division out there right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into the Giants. I guess they just got tired of hearing about the Dodgers and the Padres in the offseason.
Right.
So Kepler was probably just out there yo, no, fuck this. We're going to go out and tear shit up.
Oh, you mean Gabe Kapler, the most handsome manager in the fucking league, bro?
That's the one.
That boy got a jawline on him, dog.
That is the one. So he came in and he's like, no, we're not going to do this shit. We're going to go and we're going to play and we're going to win some goddamn games because I'm sick of hearing about him.
Which is crazy because he was fired from the Phillies job for Joe Girardi. They just fired him. And he was, hung out to dry. They talked about how bad of a manager he was and how bad this is. He's taking a mediocre team, on pace for 105 wins. That's insane.
Yeah, and you look at the Phillies offense and they're in 4th place out of 5. And maybe Philly didn't necessarily make the right decision on that one.
They're out here just reaching. They're trying to find sticky stuff in Max Scherzer's hair instead.
Right.
But we'll get to the East, but
okay.
Yeah, the West, man, it's just top heavy,
Right.
It's a bunch of superstars, in Southern California mixed with the surprising Giants, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Diamondbacks are on pace for 45 wins. Jesus, I just saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
You're imagine being projected to win 15 games less than the Pirates.
Oh my god!
And I'm wearing their hat.
Being projected to lose, what is that? 100 and oh my god, math on the spot here. 117 games.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
And I'm wearing their hat.
Well, you are. It's a good looking hat. I'll give you that.
God, it's such a dope hat. And they got like Zach Gallen and shit. Love that fucking guy. But
Yeah.
dang, dude.
Honestly, I'm planning on the top 3 teams going to the playoffs. So
Yeah,
I'm kind
for
of, if you're asking me what I'm looking for the most, the NOS, I'm kind of just curious to see what the Rockies and Diamondbacks do coming up to the deadline here, which I think we're going to get into in the next week or so.
Yes,
yeah,
we will.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got to start moving some pieces, man, for sure. So
Agreed.
Central.
Bad, kind of dog shit all around. Same thing as the East. We can kind of round these two together, to be honest. We've got the Mets leading the East, which I think most of us kind of somewhat thought. I mean, we definitely thought the Braves were going to be better, but we thought the Mets would be up there. And the Central, I mean, you've got the Brewers just coming out this year. They're fucking doing the dang thing, dude. And the Cubs, even, we kind of all counted the Cubs out because we thought they were going to ship off some players. And here we are, end of June. They're hanging in at second place. Projected 87 wins, which is a pretty damn good season for a team we kind of counted out. So, especially after they just shipped off, Darvish, their ace. They were like, hey, catch you on the flip, bro. But also, like, we're still going to be good. I don't know. That's crazy.
I agree.
Here's the difference to me between the Central and the East. They're both really close and totally up for grabs at this point.
Right.
However, the Central is kind of right in the range of what I pictured as far as like the win paces they're on. Like, division leader, 93 wins, low 90s. That sounds about right. All the other teams, finishing in the 80s, something like that. But the East, everyone has so many less wins than I thought. Like, I knew it would be competitive. Obviously, they have to play each other a bunch.
Right.
But we went in saying, like, man, they're so good. Like there's so much talent in that division, and here we are, and the the division winners projected to win 89 games, and the team in second place is projected to have a losing record. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is kind of wild.
Insane.
I don't know. I really think the NL East is anybody's game, and I'm not completely counting out Miami. They're not that bad of a team. They have really, really good pitching. They have, I looked up a second ago, where
Starling Marte is still out there too, and
Miami has only allowed 284 runs this year, which is one of the best in baseball. They've allowed less runs than every American League team.
Wow.
Damn.
Every single American League team, they've allowed less runs.
I'm guessing probably only the Mets and Giants are the only ones better.
Only the Mets and Giants. Yep, you called it. Mets and Giants are the only two teams that have allowed less runs than the Marlins. They're just
one
not
of those
scoring that many.
One of those teams has a guy named Jake DeGrom, so
right.
And Taijuan Walker, who is like a top 5 pitcher this year,
right,
which has been crazy to watch.
So,
traded him, no big deal.
I mean, they've got a plus 17 run differential. The Mets have a plus 19, so they're right there on pace. With the Mets. And
do you have the rest of the league pulled up on run diff?
Yeah, the other three in the division all have negative, slightly negative, but negative run differential.
Okay,
but what are you wondering about?
I just wanted to know the numbers.
Oh, like across the whole league?
Nationals, Braves, Phillies. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Nationals -12, Braves -3, Phillies -12. So it's all really close.
Okay.
Whereas you have you look at like the AL West, the Astros are plus 142.
Wow.
So honestly, like, their record should be even better than it is.
Right.
Actually, their expected win-loss is 52-26. So based on their stats and their runs scored and runs allowed, they should have 4 more wins than they already do, and they're on pace for 100. So look out for them. And then also in that division, you have the Rangers, who are -56. But
definitely been better.
It's crazy. Yeah,
that's why I'm wearing a Texas Rangers sucks cut off fucking Undidsky's boy.
No? Yeah, Orioles are they're at minus 124.
Fuck me.
What are the Diamondbacks? That's got to be like minus
Diamondbacks.
200.
No, minus 107. They're
Wow.
second lowest. Yeah. So.
Oh, they did have a bunch of one-run games that they were kept losing. I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
That's what brings me back to teams like Miami and all that. Is like it's really close when you look at what they're doing, and you think that stuff averages out over time. Whereas in the NL West, you have San Francisco's at plus 100, Dodgers at plus 103, and then you have Arizona at minus 107. Like it's really, really spread out. So,
well, I mean, if you look at the NL East too, like first to last is only a 7-game differential, right? And then in the NL Central, we kind of talked about, I mean, the 4 teams there, right? It's an 8-game differential between the Brewers and the Cardinals. So there's still, they're still close when you really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting just to watch the competitiveness and see what all those teams do. Because now, I mean, do you have 9 of 10 teams are now potential buyers? Like, are the National League sellers really only going to be Pittsburgh, Colorado, and Arizona?
See, but you could look at the other way too. You could say, like, look at the NL East, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of those teams could say, hey, let's buy and try to make a run.
Right.
But you could also say it's so close that it's not worth buying because so much would have to go right for you to win the division. Mm-hmm. There's 4 other teams that are neck and neck with us that could just as easily win.
Right.
So it's just going to depend on ownership and the general managers and what direction they decide to go. I mean,
looking at this, there's really only like 5 clear-cut sellers in the whole league. And, Pirates, Diamondbacks, Rockies, Rangers, and Orioles. The Twins, you could still argue, are close enough to potentially go for it because they're 8 games out of, Cleveland. They would be maybe the only borderline one, like them and the Royals and the Tigers. Like, no one expects the Royals and the Tigers to do well, so they could sell, but...
Then again, I always talk about the Cardinals, how they're stuck in the middle and they don't have the right pieces to sell.
Right.
The Twins, I know that they are not far off from being a really good team, but you look at how bad they are. They've got so many really good offensive pieces.
They could sell.
They could sell, and I mean, they would be the best team in baseball for years to come, starting in 5 years from now. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, you could sell off an old decrepit Nelly Cruz to the Yankees.
Sure.
For whatever. You could just fucking bend them over a barrel and be like, "Yep, we're gonna take you for what you got here for old Nelson Cruz, a 41-year-old."
Right. That fits Oakland's profile pretty well because I don't think he signed to a super high dollar contract.
I know it's only 2 years. I think it was 2 years, 24 or something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
if Minnesota eats a little bit of it, that's right up Oakland's alley there, or Tampa.
I'd love to see either of those. God, keep saying more, bro.
They could really turn around and kind of be like an early 2010s Yankees where they didn't necessarily rebuild, but what do they call it? A retool. Where they sold off some pieces and then they went and spent a little bit in free agency after a couple of years and just kind of waited for some of their development to come in and
right back in the swing of things.
Yeah, exactly. Division winning, a couple of years later. So
I think I'll kind of close it off here, but I think the Braves could somewhat do the same type of thing right now.
Agreed.
As much as I don't want them to, this year is not turning out so hot. It's looking like a little bit of a wash because of the pitching. Like the pitching is just struggling so bad. And if they don't acquire a pitcher or two by this time next month, they're toast anyways. I'll be the first one to fucking say it. So why don't you ship off a guy like, I don't know, you've got Ender Inciarte who's doing shit. Definitely, hang on to the big 3. Freddie, Ozzie, Acuna. But Austin Riley, catch you on the flip.
Can you imagine if they traded Freddie and then re-signed him as a free agent in the offseason?
See, that's been literally...
speaking of the Yankees again?
Yeah, it's been going through my head for
That'd have to be a pretty sneaky conversation. He'd have to be cool with it.
Right.
You can't trade him and then just hope he comes back around.
Well, yeah, because then you get the Mookie Betts situation where the Red Sox thought the same thing. They were like, oh, we're going to ship off Mookie. We'll argue and, come pretty competitive at him in the offseason.
Sure.
Right. And he never
didn't
got there.
make it. Didn't make it to the offseason. So that's the thing that scares me that keeps going through my head with Freddie. Because I thought the same thing. I was like, yo, send Freddie off to...
But that was also... Mookie was traded in the preseason, though. This is a during the season trade. Extensions don't normally happen during the season.
That's true. I mean, yeah, if you just sent off I don't know, let's see, Freddie to the Brewers.
Right.
I mean, dog.
That'd
know?
be pretty nasty.
We'll get into all of that next week, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it hanging there so we can talk more about trades next week, and we don't get into all of that right now. How's that sound?
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me.
All right. So we've got our MVP race. Tone, looking pretty good. You're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
No, you're not. Just kidding, bro. Me and Dan are running away with it, homie.
You're not running, dude.
In the National League,
Soto has significantly closed the gap on Acuna.
He's closed it, but Acuna still got the lead.
Acuna's gonna win. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, at the beginning of the season, Soto wasn't playing as much. He was hurt, and so these numbers are way closer. I mean, Soto's the averages are close. Soto's got him in on base percentage. The OPS. Acuna's just slugging the shit out of the ball, so that's not. Right. But I mean, the one thing I like about Soto too is he has more walks than he does strikeouts, which is cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Dude, 47 walks, only 43 strikeouts.
So I'm doing the math. That's a 602 slugging for Acuna. Holy shit!
The boy has been crushing. It says here he's got 21 home runs this year, and like. I was watching one of the games the other day, and I think they said he's second in the league in barrels, too.
Okay.
All of MLB. So all the balls that he's hitting, he's just hitting fucking hard.
I think the only way he doesn't win the MVP is if DeGrom wins the MVP at this point in the National League.
That's fair.
Which is possible. If you finish with a sub-1 ERA, you fucking better get the goddamn MVP.
Right. And it's the craziest thing to me, too, because we're sitting here, we've talked about Acuna going 40-40, fucking 50-50 potentially, But, like, he's got 21 home runs here, and we're talking about 16 stolen bases.
Right.
Which, isn't a lot, but I think the last time we checked on this, he had, like, 9. So
yeah, you're almost guaranteed to get a 30-30 out of him this year.
Right.
He's 40-40 is right there.
Right. And, I mean, the whole trend around him is, he's been somewhat unhealthy, a little bit hurt, a little bit this and that. So they're, like, telling him not to run as much. And if they're telling this guy not to run that much and he's still got 16 bags, bros, look out next year if he comes back completely healthy. But I think he's pretty much running away with that award at this point.
You got it.
Now, the AL MVP race.
Hey, you're closing it a little bit on this side, Ty.
You like that, dude?
You're finally over 100 OPS plus. So
I like what I see here. Matt Chapman has been hot lately. He's out of the running, let's be honest, but I'm definitely going to keep a very close eye on Matt Chapman here. He's moved every offensive category up, except for the strikeouts, of course. That just keeps fucking rising. It's going to stay rising.
Skyrocketing.
But, he's got 40 walks, 36 runs, 41 ribs, 10 home runs, which I think like 8 of them have come in the last month.
Right.
So he's doing that. He's hitting the ball, making a little better contact. He's slugging it a little more. Like you said, his OPS plus is finally above 100. So keep going, Matty Chaps. Just keep doing it, bro. Just have a decent season. That's all I want from you.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mike Trout is expected to return after the All-Star break.
Okay.
Correct.
Is there any possibility he bests Shohei Ohtani? No?
So it's not just Shohei.
His rate. No. I'm not talking about the real MVP race. Obviously, there's other people out there. I'm just saying between us right now, like these are the players we picked. I mean, Shohei's got 130 something more bats, so it's huge. But
right.
I mean, Trout's rates are incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got like 60 points higher average, like, way higher on base. I don't know, man. If he went off second half and Ohtani slumps at all, it could get a little close.
Yeah,
it could get close for sure.
I tend to lean more towards somebody with more at bats and chances, anyways.
Sure.
So, like, if you've got less at bats and less opportunities to do stuff, you have a better chance of those numbers being higher.
Yeah.
So I tend to not look at that as much, especially with such a difference, because you're saying right now, Trout's got 117 at bats and Ohtani's got 256. We still got another month, bro. They're going to tack another 90 to 100 at bats onto Ohtani's, so he's going to have 356 coming back with Trout still at 117 if he comes back as soon as he can.
Sure.
Right.
So,
and he's got to be better than before he went down. So I don't know if you guys were watching him at all before he went down, but he was kind of sucking dick before he got hurt. He went like a week without a hit. Like he was going brutal, which tells you like if he can go that long without a hit, like and he still has these numbers,
right.
Right. So I don't know. For me, I don't know. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I picked Shohei here to be the MVP. I don't think that Trout can compare the rest of the season as long as Shohei also stays healthy.
I think it's Shohei's award to lose at this point.
Well, fine. You know what?
I think Vladdy is the only one who could potentially steal it from him, but I agree with Shohei.
I don't think there's any chance. I think it's 100% Ohtani.
Oh, you don't think Vladdy could take it from him?
I think it's strictly because of the obscurity, the pitching and the hitting, and he's doing both so well right now. Sure. Barring an explosion on the mound, I think it's his.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. Let's talk about some Cy Youngs.
Yeah, dude, we're doing pretty good here, I think, you and me, Tone. So
yeah, I'm going to say we got this one in the bag.
Yeah, we got Mr. DeGrom, both of us. He's got the 6.9 ERA we talked about. Nice. Leading the league. He's got a 5.26 whip, also leading the league. His ERA plus at the end of June here, hey, still a 5.50, which for you fucking nerds out there, reminder, 100 is the league average, and he's at 550.
It's not just that. It's that every 1 point above it is a percentage better than league average. So he's 450% better.
Right.
He's 4.5 times better than your average pitcher.
That may or may not also be leading the league. And the rest of these are probably also leading the league. With a FIP of 0.98, a K per 9 of 14.1, holy shit, and a hits per 9 of 3.5.
That might be the craziest one to me. That might be the craziest stat.
That is 3.5 insane.
Yeah.
And he's not going 9 every time. So most outings, that means almost every outing he's allowing either 1 or 2 hits.
Right. Yeah, because, especially as of late where he's been kind of hurt, he's been going 4, 5, 5 in a couple, max.
Yeah.
So
he went 3 against the Cubs that one time. So, Luis Castillo is not doing that, but he is getting better. So I'll at least, I'm happy about that. His ERA is 5.14 now. I think it was at like 7 something last month.
It very much so was at 7 something last time. So,
and then his FIP is down to 403. So he's actually pitching even better than what his ERA is reflecting right now. So I can live with that. Obviously, not for an or for a Cy Young pick, but at least he's turning it around. So just as a Luis Castillo fan, it makes me happy that he's actually pitching better. He still has to get that hits per 9 under control, man. His K per 9 is 8.6. So, you would expect to see him more in the 12 to 13 range just because of the type of pitcher that he is. But his hits per 9 is 9.5. He's got to get that under control, man.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I go back to DeGrom real quick, man? It's seriously like it sounds like it's historic what he's doing.
We're watching the best pitching season in history.
I'm looking at his game log right now, and we were talking about how many hits he lets.
1 hit, 2 hits,
so,
1 hit.
Yeah, I mean there's only one time this whole season in 13 starts that he's let up more than 3 hits.
Wow.
Okay, that game was the second game. No, second game of the season. He pitched 8 full, let up 5 hits, 1 earned run, 14 strikeouts.
Jesus
Unreal.
Christ.
Shut him down. Of course, they lost 0-3.
Of course they did, because it was goddamn Mets. Yeah.
But every other game, either 0, 1, 2, or 3 hits.
That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
I know it's hard to watch him pitch. It's easy to watch him pitch, watching it live, but I know from a fantasy standpoint, we got a lot of people here who still do baseball fantasy and shit. It's like, bro, you're hurt or you're missing this or you're missing that and you're getting pulled after 4 and 5 innings. I don't give a shit about that. You're watching fucking history.
Yeah.
Watch these games. Watch this shit happen. I shit my pants when he threw that 15 strikeout game this year.
Dude.
I didn't want to get out of the fucking couch. I was sitting there watching him and I just pooped.
Yeah, he had 14, and then 15 back to back to back.
Yeah, he is on another level right now. And every single one of his teammates is like, not using substance, just FYI. And
Right.
umpires, yeah, he's good. He's not using it. We checked underneath his belt and everything. He's
Right.
fine. So that he's out here doing it the right way, and it's great to see. I love it. With that being said, let's talk about a guy that's probably not doing it the right way. Go back, dude.
Sorry.
Okay, I forgive you. Let's talk about a guy who's not doing it the right way. Dan, get after it, bro.
You mean Lucas Giolito? What? I don't understand the
I
reference.
mean Garrett Cole, dude. That boy's been getting lit up since they talked about substances.
Whatever, bro. He's still doing his thing. All right. He's 2.66 ERA, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
He is rocking a 157 ERA plus, 129 Ks to 101 innings, 11.4 K per nine, 6.6 hits per nine. I like my pick. I still think he's the AL Cy Young leader, especially with Glasnow being hurt now. Maybe not necessarily for the whole season, though it does seem like probably. But
I'm just saying, in the month of June, he has a 4.65 ERA in 5 starts.
I saw this stat yesterday, actually, and I don't remember it 100% off the top of my head, but start of the season until they talked about the substance ban or whatever, he had given up 5 home runs. Since then, so what, in the last 2-3 weeks, 3 weeks, he's given up 9 home runs.
That's correct.
okay, well, you know what? He might be cheating, but
Yeah, but I don't.
I want him to because he's a better pitcher. But he's cheating.
Right. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just, man, that's blatantly obvious and it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's not him. I mean, is it Lance Lynn? Is it Carlos Rodon? Is it somebody else?
Right.
Like, who's the NL or the AL Cy Young?
Yeah, there's not
Bieber,
really.
maybe.
If Bieber comes back healthy and keeps going with it, but that would be my only other option at this point. I mean, like you said, Lance Lynn, fucking.
So Kyle Gibson leads an ERA with.
Hey, I'll take that. Okay.
With a minimum of 75 innings pitched. So
Right.
I have that caveat on there. And then Lance Lynn is right behind him, and Carlos Rodon is tied. So it's a 2 to a 2.06 and 2.06. So maybe it's them. Rodon also leads in FIP with a 2.57. Dude, that's kind of crazy. Lynn and Rodon have both thrown exactly 78.2 innings. They both have a 2.06 ERA.
Jesus.
They've given up 18 earned runs each. Lynn has 23 walks. Rodon has 24 walks. Dude, this is nuts. Where's their Ks?
Yeah, I didn't realize how like heavy the I don't know, you look at the best pitchers and like how many of them are in the National League. It's crazy.
Yeah, the National League pitchers are on another level this year.
It is crazy. It's not even close.
Well, you've got guys like, talk about the Padres. You've got Darvish, you've got Musgrove, you've got Snell's been killing it out there. Obviously, Dodgers, you've got Bueller, who's kicking it up a notch. Kershaw's crushing
having
it.
a great year. Yeah.
Yep. You got
Bauer is
Kevin
still having another good year.
Yeah.
Brandon
Gausman,
Woodruff.
DeSclafani.
Yeah, say Anthony DeSclafani, and we haven't even left the NL West yet.
Right, that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah, you're just talking about yeah.
And then we've got the Mets with their fucking rotation.
DeGrom and Walker and Stroman, and then Wheeler has had a great year in Philly. And
yeah, I've kind of noticed that because obviously I'll watch like Rangers games here and there, and I'll watch whatever game's on. But like, I'll look at it, and all of these AL games are very high scoring, and all the NL games are pretty. There's some of them that are still high scoring, but most of them are like lower scoring and closer games than the AL. AL is just blowing it out of the water.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty classic American League versus National League. Like typically the American League is more higher offense, and I don't know if you can 100% attribute that to the designated hitter, but it definitely plays a factor into it.
Yeah, but if you think about the caliber of pitcher that's been in the AL for the last couple of years, like guys like Garrett Cole, guys like Glasnow, Snell,
Chris Sale,
all of them, like their ceilings in my eyes are much, much higher than any of the NL pitchers. Like I can come up with like 2 NL pitchers off the top of my head that I would take over like the top 6 or 7 AL starters for the last couple of years. Like, did I say that weird? Did that make sense?
I think so, but I think I disagree with you if I'm understanding it correctly. Because I'm going to take DeGrom and Scherzer.
Oh, for sure.
And
okay.
Bauer and Kershaw and Darvish. And especially this year with Woodruff and Burns and Taijuan Walker and Rogers down in Miami. And
Okay, well, maybe I'm just fucking stupid. You're right. Fuck.
you might be. That's okay.
Now that you said all those names, yeah. No, I agree. Huh. Weird.
And we haven't even seen Steven Strasburg this year.
That's also true. All right. We got to keep going. We're losing track here. Let's talk about Giolito. He's not doing great, but he's picked it up a little bit.
Yeah, he's not doing bad.
Yeah, I mean, he keeps improving every time we talk about him, so that's all I can ask.
This is still crazy to me. Just look at those last two columns.
Yeah, they're identical.
Right. So Giolito, for those of you listening,
it's the walks.
Giolito's K per 9 is 11.3. Garrett Cole's is 11.4. Hits per 9 for Giolito is 6.9. Nice. Garrett Cole is 6.6, but the walk rate.
It's the walks and the homers.
Yeah, Giolito's got 12 more walks, and he's given up, so-and-so, whatever, home runs. But his Giolito's FIP is also 4.18 compared to his ERA of 3.8. So, I mean, it's anybody's fucking ball game at this point, Giolito could have a great second half, and Cole could keep at the track that he's at right now, and we could be talking completely different at the end of July. So
that is true.
We will see, fellas. We will see. Let's move on to Rookie of the Year and close this out.
Let's do it.
So, Rookie of the Year.
Tone, talk about Ke'Bryan, because you didn't get to talk about him last time.
Yeah, he hadn't done anything. He hadn't played. He had 3 at-bats.
Still had 3 at-bats, so he's got 81 more bats this month.
He's playing really well. Obviously, small sample size still, but he's batting almost 300. On base percentage getting up there towards 400. 862 OPS, very respectable. Couple home runs, getting some RBIs in there. Hard to do on that team. I like what I see, and he's made some awesome defensive plays. That one, that play he made to throw out Yachty. Not that that's difficult, but
still,
it was a crazy play.
Yeah, it was great.
But why don't you tell me about Ian Anderson?
Yeah, he's had a pretty good year. I mean, he's just being overshadowed by Trevor Rogers out there in Miami. I mean, he's going to run away with the Rookie of the Year at this point, but Anderson's having a good year for a rookie. 3.42 ERA is awesome. A 1.176 whip you can live with. You would like that to be lower, but you can handle it. 88 Ks to 29 walks, so that's kind of the 29 walks are attributed to the higher whip there. 129 ERA plus, so I mean that tells you that he's doing well when he's pitching. So I like it. The 9.7 K per 9 is awesome. 7.4 hits per 9. You definitely want to see that start trending in the other direction. But he's got 7 quality starts this year too. So he's going deep enough into games to qualify for them and keeping opposing bats quiet enough to get the stats. So you can live with this year from Ian Anderson for sure.
Yeah, I was a little skeptical of Ian at the beginning of the season because he had a couple rough starts to start it off, and since then he's really turned it around. He's buckling down. I've watched the walks have been lowering. Like you said, the whip is a little high, but he also gives up 7 hits per 9. So right. If he gives up 7 hits per 9 and then walks fucking 2-3 guys, you got 10 people on base that game. So you gotta cool your fucking jets with letting them on. That whip will lower, which in turn, as we always fucking say, is going to lower the ERA and stuff. But he doesn't look like a rookie. I'll put it that way. You watch him pitch, and he knows what he's doing. I love what I see out of Ian Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what really sucks for him is he's got 7 quality starts, but only 5 wins. So those quality starts should, in theory, turn into wins for him. But I know it's not a great stat, but it's just a pride factor. You want to say that you've got a lot of wins. So.
Well, and also the Braves just kind of fucking suck. So it's kind of hard to get some wins when they can't score runs unless Acuna's hitting a dinger or Freddie's hitting a dinger or Albies is going off. The rest of the team is kind of like meh, whatever, dude.
Fair.
So. AL Rookie of the Year. Tone, say the name. Just do it.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Come on down.
Bobby Dahlbeck. Sorry, I'm done. He's not playing well. No, guys, our AL Rookie of the Year is.
Yeah,
this is sad. This is really sad.
Well. Yeah, let's just fly through it so we're not embarrassed any longer than we need to be.
My goodness. Yeah, Dahlbeck's batting 206. He's got 9 home runs. I do like that. He's showing a little bit of pop, but 85 strikeouts and 225 at-bats is not good. Moving on. Andrew Vaughn.
I got Andrew Vaughn. He's 44 for 198 on the season, so he's got one more hit than Bobby Dahlbeck. Sick. His average is a 222, not great. On-base percentage is not even 300, pretty terrible. You got a 688 OPS, 91 OPS plus. So he's creeping his way up to league average, which is nice. He's only got the 6 dingers compared to the 9, 6'9", super nice. 17 RBIs, 28 runs, 61 strikeouts, 19 walks, 1 stolen base. Andrew Vaughn is not looking like your rookie of the year out there. I think Mr. Adolis Garcia is probably going to run away with this one.
Probably.
But it's just nice to see, these guys at least getting their ABs, I guess.
Sure.
If we're going to be somewhat positive.
Yeah, we can go with that. Let's run through Tristan McKenzie here really fast because I don't really want to spend a lot of time on him.
This might be the most disappointing part of the season to me.
I'm going to focus on 2 numbers here. His 12.5 K per 9, which is awesome. But I'm also going to focus on his 39 walks, which lead the league, which is not awesome. Right. So he's got to get the walks and the home runs under control.
Okay, real quick to just preface his 39 walks, he's only pitched 42 innings.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get into that, but that's fine too.
There's guys that have pitched over 100 innings, and he's still leading in walks.
Yeah, that's not great. Ian Anderson, by comparison, has 81.2 innings and only has 29 walks. So he's got to get that under control. He absolutely has to. So the Ks per 9 look great. He's missing bats. He's just missing the strike zone too. So
exactly. Yeah, it's weird to see like a 3 outcome pitcher, rather than a 3 outcome hitter. He's either walking them, striking them out, or they're hitting fucking home runs off.
Right.
Because his hits per 9 6. That's insane.
That's
better than Garrett Cole and Lucas Giolito that we were just looking at.
Exactly.
He's the Yasmani Grandal of pitchers.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Unreal.
But Yasmani, it gets him on base, and
Well, say it's a walk, a strikeout, or a home run. So that's what's going to happen with McKenzie.
Yep. Unreal, boys. Unreal. All right. Does that wrap up our review at least?
I think so.
Are we missing anything else? That's it. All right. Let's move on to our boys. Let's talk about our boys from last week, guys. What do you think about that?
If we have to.
Yeah, it's not great for you and I here, Mr. Dan. So you chose Daniel Vogelbach, thick boy Vogelbach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tone, Teoscar Hernandez, and your boy Ty France. So let's just go ahead and reveal who third place is real quick. Yep. Talk about it, Dan.
Mr. Vogelbach went 1 for 6. He had 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 trip to the IL. He only played in 2 games last week, so he got hurt. Not a great week for him, even when he wasn't hurt, though. So that's all right. I'll take my all on this one after winning the last 2 and getting back into this race.
Hey, you won the last 3, homeboy. Willie Adames, Justin Upton, and Albert Pujols. Look at you.
2.5. Go. I split with Adames.
Oh, that's true. Fair enough. Well, I didn't come in too far behind you here at second place with Mr. Ty France. He played 3 more games and only had 1 more hit than you. So,
but it was a home run, so.
Yes, that is true. There's that. So he batted 105. I'm not even going to talk about the slash line. It's terrible. 1 home run, no doubles, 1 rib, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. 0 trips to the IL, which is pretty tight there at least. But maybe at this point, take a seat, homeboy. Figure it out,
Yeah, maybe.
Tone, talk about it. Fucking brag. Let's go.
Teoscar played 6 games, 8 hits, batted 308, 1 ding dong, 4 doubles, 5 ribs, 5 runs, no walks. That's unfortunate, but 9 strikeouts. But clear cut winner in this one.
I hope he's got 2 ding dongs though. If you think about it.
Hey.
I am thinking about it now.
Know me?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Unreal. Well, congratulations, Tone. Good job stretching that fucking lead, you dick.
I have good news for you boys, though.
Okay.
We you already know this, but I'm going to tell the listeners that we're going to switch this up a little bit. We're going to change the way we do our boys. And in the past, as you can tell, we try to pick not bad players by any means.
Sure.
Oh, he's got the wheel going.
Oh, yeah.
But we try to pick mediocre players, recognizable enough names, but guys that we're kind of hoping will just have a big week.
But let's be honest, this shit's fucking boring when we do bad.
Yeah, it's still fun to talk about guys going over. So,
right.
That said, we're going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to open it to all players. We're going to start picking some top names, some big dogs,
following next week.
Right. We already have our boys picked out for next week.
Correct. Yes.
But next week,
which those are decent names as well.
Correct.
Sure.
Yes. So next week, before we record, before we come on air, we're going to spin the wheel. All three of us will be assigned, AL and NL West, AL and NL Central, and AL and NL East, consecutively, the three of us. And we get to pick a player, any player, no matter the fucking size of the name,
right,
from said divisions for that week.
Yeah, I think the idea is to go big, right?
Yeah,
right.
We're going big, dog. We're gonna have Acuna against Tatis against Arenado. Some crazy shit.
Hell yeah.
We're keeping the can't reuse the name though, right? So like if I get the West and I pick Tatis,
I'm not picking Tatis the next week. Correct.
Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay.
Right. So, two things. We're going to move into our boys for this week now, but are we going to go ahead and after that, are we going to go ahead and spin for next week? Or are we doing that? Okay,
yeah. Cool. We'll give ourselves 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're just starting it. We're just getting after it.
All right, let's do it. All right, so let's talk about this week, correct?
Yes, sir.
I switched it up. I switched up the photo. We're gonna start rocking. I got a little creative flow going in me. We're gonna start rocking various trios.
Perfect.
Just through pop culture or whatever.
Right. Well,
I'm not sure how I feel about Yaz with long
I dig
hair.
it, bro. I dig it.
Yeah, he
I'm
looks.
about it.
I don't know. He looks.
Can we just talk about that? If any of I don't know if you guys are Harry Potter fans, but
for sure.
If any of these three was going to be Ron Weasley, it's definitely Cronenworth.
Oh, nailed that one for sure. Hail ass.
Like he looks like Jake, or he looks like Jake. Of course, he is Jake Cronenworth, but he looks like Ron Weasley.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's my boy. I chose Jake Cronenworth for the week. I feel like just every time I turn on a Padres game, he's been going off. And mind you, I picked this, and you boys can attest for it. I made this pick about 2 hours before he was named Player of the Week last week.
It's true. You did.
So that's fine.
It doesn't ride on that. I even texted them to make sure. I was like, bros, by the way, I know I picked Cronenworth, but like he just did that dang thing last week. So speaking of that, though, within the last week, he's batting .391 with a 1.481 OPS, 4 dingers, 2 doubles, crushing it. He's got 3 at Cincinnati and 3 at Philly, so not a single home game this week. But I'm hoping to miss a lot of those, those big pitchers for Cincinnati and for Philly. So we'll see. Yeah. I think he's going to catch Wheeler at some point, but that was the biggest name out of the
Wheeler. I barely know her.
Good job, boys.
Yeah, and I allowed you to pick Cronenworth because I picked a guy named Nolan Arenado.
Yeah. The bright spot and the shit stain that has been the Cardinals lineup.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, you summed it up, dude. He's he has been the only thing worth watching when you turn on the Cardinals lately. But he has 3 games at home versus Arizona, and then I'm excited for this, boys. 4 games in Colorado. His first time going back to Colorado. They played in St. Louis earlier this season.
Yeah.
And when they faced each other earlier this season, he went 4 for 12 with a home run and 2 doubles. So facing them again, plus at Coors Field, dude, he's gonna double that. He's gonna go. What did I say? 4 for 12. Yeah, he'll hit 2 home runs and 4 doubles at least.
You think so?
Oh, at least.
I think John Gray strikes him out like 3 times.
Ooh, throw it down. Throw the bet.
All right, we got to figure it out.
How are we doing it?
So, all right, you guys.
What's
if Arenado hits 2+ home runs,
now it's a 4-game series in Colorado.
Yeah, if he hits 2+, I'll give you $5.
Okay.
If John Gray strikes him out, 2+. I'm not going to go 3.
Yeah, 2+, 2+. That's fair.
we're going to go even at 2 because John Gray doesn't pitch deep into games. He's only going to see Arenado twice.
All right, fine.
2 times.
So it's 2 separate bets then.
You give me 5. If neither of those happen, we each give Dan 5.
Oh, I like this bet. Let's do that.
Wait a second.
Sold.
All right, whatever. Just
Give me
you know what?
a notary.
Let's watch some baseball this weekend. You tell me who I need to pay. I
Yeah.
paid up for Wander Franco, so
You did.
All right,
Yeah,
fair
we'll figure
enough.
it out.
Fair enough.
All
All
right,
right.
who's your boy? Go.
Last boy, I went Mike Yastrzemski this week. So he's actually had a really good year, but he hasn't had as good of a year as people expected based on what he did last year.
Mhm.
So I mean, he's still 227, 332, 472 with an 804 OPS, 10 home runs, 27 RPIs, and a 122 OPS plus. So like you take that all day long. You have no
Right.
problem with that.
I mean, batting what 5 or 6 in that lineup right now.
Well, he might get bumped up with Belt being on the IL,
Sure.
which is a contributing factor to why I picked him.
Right.
So he's got 2 games against the Dodgers, which is obviously going to be a big series.
Mhm.
But they've played 500 ball against the Dodgers this year. I think they were like 6-7 or 5-6 or something like that against the Dodgers this year. So
less than 500. You lied. Got it.
okay, whatever, average, but whatever, it's all good. But then he's got 4 in Arizona, which is an offensive haven, and they've just been absolute dog shit.
Out there
So
in the old humidor, dude.
exactly. So I like that matchup,
right.
especially.
Well, we'll see. We got 2 NL West boys going against an NL Central, and we'll see how that pans out this next week, I guess. Hey,
Let's go, Hermione.
hey. All right, let's end it, boys. This has been a long end. We're gonna call it.
Are we
quits
spinning?
here.
Are we spinning?
No, we'll spin between now and next week. We've already got our boys for this week, don't we? Or are we spinning
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
You wanna spin
I
right
thought
now?
we were spinning to see what
Shit, dog.
pool we were
You
picking
trying to
from
spin right
next
now,
week.
dog? All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
I
trying
thought
to
we-
spin
I
right now.
thought that's what you said too.
Guys, I
being
got
out
to pee
there.
so
you-
bad. I haven't
you
heard
lied,
anything
too.
you've said
Oh
in
my
15
God.
minutes.
Hey, by the way, while you're pulling the wheel up,
already got But go ahead.
no, I was going to say that apparently Arizona is close to trading Eduardo Escobar to the Chicago White Sox.
Beautiful. Love
Read that earlier today. Great move for Chicago.
I like that
Love
fit,
it.
actually.
I like
Yeah.
it a lot.
He's doing really well this season. Anyways,
All right.
we'll
I
see what
am.
happens with that. Spin
So
the wheel.
let's see. Tone, you won last week,
Yep.
so you get the
Correct.
last. We're gonna go that way.
Okay.
So you get whatever's left.
Okay,
Dan,
cool.
you get
So
the
I got
first one.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
So I'm spinning.
Come on, West.
You son of a bitch.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right.
AL and NL West for Dan. Spinning for your boy T Mills right now.
Come on,
I'll
Central.
Take it. AL and NL East for your boy, which
All right,
leaves
Tone.
Tone with the Central.
You know what, though? Here's my thing. I'm not worried about it in the early rounds. Like, there's plenty of good NL
Yeah,
Central.
you're gonna get all
AL
the good ones up front.
Right.
early.
So when we get to like the 10th week of doing this,
Yeah. then you
that's
get the
when I want to
Central.
make sure I'm getting that NL West, baby.
Right.
So
All righty, boys. Fair enough. We know our shot for next week then. Let's go ahead and just close it out, boys. Let's be done here.
Get after it.
Tired of talking to you guys.
okay.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate you coming out. We appreciate you tuning in here to the Upper Decker Podcast live stream. We appreciate that. If you want to watch that, that is on Facebook and YouTube at Upper Decker Pod. Our Twitter is at Upper Decker Pod, but Periscope and Twitter ended their little agreements they had. So if you want to watch us on Periscope, that's also possible. Just go on over. I think you can just search Upper Decker Pod, and we're out there. But just fuck it. At
We're
this
out
point,
here.
yeah, we are out here. At this
fair.
point, just tune into YouTube or Facebook. Way easier. Go
Yep.
ahead and do all that. If you want to just keep listening to us and not see Dan or Tone's face, which I highly disagree with because they're both very
Aw.
beautiful humans.
Thank you. I thought you were going the
Wow.
other direction.
I
Didn't
so
expect it.
did.
Neither
No.
one of you expected it, and I done did the dang
Wow.
thing. If you want to listen to us, Tone's going to tell you where to do that.
Yes, you can do that at a number of places, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, tons of platforms. There's a full list at our Anchor site, anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod. You can go there and see where we're available. If you go to any of those places, any of those platforms, if the platform allows, leave us a review or a rating. Tell us we're doing a great job. Give us 5 stars if that's an option. It helps us just kind of like move up in the algorithms that be and gets a little more exposure for us. And if you want to help us in other ways, we will always accept donations, and Dan will tell you how to do that.
You betcha. So if you head on over to anchor.fm Upper Decker Pod /support. You can sign up to be a monthly contributor. So you can sign up for 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month on that website. If you would prefer to just give us a one-time donation, that is perfectly all right as well. Reach out to any of us on any of the socials that Ty mentioned, or you can shoot us an email at upperdeckerpod2020@gmail.com, and we will tell you how to do that. You can also hit us up at PayPal, our PayPal.me account. So it's paypal.me/upperdeckerpod, and you can send us as much money as you want that way. All of that money, like Ty said earlier, goes back into the show. It bought your boys some microphones. It's going to put on the softball tournament that we also mentioned earlier, the new website, which will be live in 15 days, 17 days, something along those lines. Beautiful. So July 15th is the day on that one. So keep an eye on it. We have new products and new merch that will be live on the relaunch. So not live currently, but you will be able to buy it on that date. So keep an eye on that. It's upperdeckerpod.com. We love you guys. We appreciate all of your support.
Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Ty, what if I want to say something else so that you don't get to go to the bathroom?
I'm dying, bro. Have you noticed?
You're dancing like one of my children, bro.
I'm dead. I'm about to pop, bro.
Sign us off, man.
I will. Thank you, guys. We'll see you all next week on episode 71 of the Upper Decker Podcast. I'm cramping. Goodbye.